We left Barcelona with that very specific mix of excitement and mild overconfidence, the kind where you think you know exactly what a place is going to be like before you even land. A few hours later, stepping off the plane in Mauritius, it was immediately clear we had underestimated it. The air feels different here, warmer, softer, carrying that unmistakable mix of ocean and tropical landscape. And as we made our way across the island toward the west coast, the scenery kept shifting, from open roads to dense greenery, from small villages to long stretches of coastline that looked almost unreal.
I had fully committed to the idea that this was going to be a relax and recover kind of destination. You know, minimal effort, maximum beach. And then the drive started, and suddenly it was not just beaches. It was mountains, forests, and views that made me immediately suspicious of how much we were about to do.
We checked into the Hilton Mauritius Resort and Spa right near Flic and Flac Beach, and it is one of those places that instantly slows everything down. Open spaces, palm trees, the sound of the ocean just close enough to remind you it is there without needing to look.
It is the kind of place where you walk in thinking you will just drop your bags, and then 10 minutes later, you are standing still looking around, wondering if you have accidentally booked something far more impressive than you planned. Also, Joe immediately started talking about early starts again, which felt like a direct threat to my relaxation strategy.
I did not expect Mauritius to feel like this. You arrive thinking you are here for beaches, and within a few hours, you realize the island has a completely different plan for you. It does not just give you somewhere to relax, it gives you contrast. One moment, you are standing on soft white sand, looking out over water that barely moves. And the next, you are driving through dense green hills towards something that looks like it belongs in a completely different country. What makes it work is how naturally it all fits together. Nothing feels forced. The mountains, the coastline, the villages, the food. It all feels connected, like the island knows exactly what it is and does not need to explain it to you.
I will be honest. I thought I knew what Mauritius was going to be. I had a very specific image in my head. Calm beaches, blue water, maybe a coconut situation. Very peaceful, very predictable. And then we got here, and within the first day, that idea completely disappeared. Because yes, the beaches are beautiful, but they are almost a distraction. The real story starts when you leave the coastline and realize the island has layers, and those layers involve hiking and waterfalls, and Joe suddenly becoming very enthusiastic about early starts, which I personally find suspicious.
The day starts early. There is a reason for that. Chamarel Bay is one of the few places in the world where you can see wild dolphins in their natural environment. And if you want to experience it properly, you need to be out on the water just after sunrise. There is something about that moment before the day fully begins. The ocean is calmer, the light is softer, and everything feels a little quieter. You head out in a small boat, the coastline slowly pulling away behind you. And for a while, it is just water and sky.
I was not fully awake. When we got on the boat, I was physically present, but mentally still negotiating the idea of being awake at that hour. And then suddenly, everything changed. Because the dolphins do not arrive dramatically. There is no big announcement. They just appear, moving through the water, like they have always been there.
They travel in pods, gliding just beneath the surface, sometimes rising up in smooth, effortless movements before disappearing again. It is not a performance. It is not staged. You are just sharing the space with them. And when you slip into the water, everything slows down.
Swimming with them is not what I expected. There is no chaos. There is no rush. It is quiet. You are floating, watching them move. And for a moment you realize you are completely out of your normal environment. Also, I would just like to point out that Joe attempted to look very calm and graceful entering the water, and instead created what I can only describe as a surprisingly loud splash for someone who was trying to be subtle.
I stand by my entry. It was confident.
It was a very memorable moment.
After the morning on the water, the pace shifts completely. Flic on Flac stretches along the west coast, and it is the longest beach in Mauritius. What makes it different is how it is used. This is not just a scenic location, it is part of daily life. Families gather here, friends meet up, food gets shared, and the whole place feels relaxed without trying to be.
This is where Mauritius becomes very clear. It is not about perfect beach photos. It is about how people actually use the space. There are groups under trees, music playing softly somewhere in the background, kids running straight into the water without hesitation. And then there is Joe, who decided that this was the moment to attempt a very confident walk into the ocean, immediately followed by a reaction that suggested the water temperature was not part of his plan.
It was so refreshing.
It was shocking. Let us be accurate.
By late afternoon, the light starts to change. And this is where the beach really comes into its own. The sun lowers, the sky softens, and everything slows down again. It is the kind of place where you do not need to do anything. You just stay. Morne, Brabant is impossible to ignore. It rises sharply from the southwest coast, and it carries both natural and historical significance. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its role in the history of escaped slaves who used the mountain as a place of refuge. The climb starts gradually, but it becomes more challenging as you go. The terrain changes, the air shifts, and you start to feel the scale of it.
This is where Joe becomes extremely motivational. Suddenly, everything is about the view at the top and worth the effort, which is very easy to say when you are not the one questioning every life decision halfway up a mountain.
It is a fair point, but the climb is part of the experience. And when you reach the higher sections, the landscape opens up in a way that completely justifies the effort.
And then you see that spectacular view.
From the summit, you get a view of one of the most famous natural illusions in the world, the underwater waterfall. What you are actually seeing is sand and silt being pulled down into deep ocean currents, creating the appearance of water cascading into the depth. From above it looks exactly like a waterfall flowing beneath the surface of the ocean.
It doesn't look real. That is the first thing you stand there trying to process, and your brain is not entirely convinced of what you are looking at. It doesn't make sense. It is one of those moments where you stop talking, which for me is rare, and just stand there, taking it in.
And that is what Mauritius does. Well, it gives you something visually striking, but it also gives you the space to actually experience it. From the coast and the mountain, the journey continues inland to Chamarel. This part of the island feels completely different again. The air is cooler, the vegetation changes, and the landscape starts to feel more dramatic. The seven-colored earth is one of Mauritius' most unique natural features. It is a series of sand dunes that display distinct colors, all formed through volcanic activity and mineral composition over time.
It is like someone took a paint palette and decided to organize it into hills. And the strange part is how clearly the colors separate. Even when the sand shifts, the colors do not mix.
That is due to differences in density and mineral content. Each color reacts differently, which keeps them distinct even when disturbed.
I did try to understand the science, I really did. But at some point, I just accepted that it looks incredible and moved on with my day.
Just nearby, Chamarel Waterfall drops from a height of about 100 meters, making it the tallest single-drop waterfall in Mauritius. Surrounded by dense greenery, it feels hidden, almost like you have stepped into a different part of the island entirely.
The sound hits you before the view does. You hear the water first, then you see it. And it is one of those moments where everything feels a little more dramatic in the best way.
No visit to Mauritius is complete without trying dolphins. It is considered the national dish, and you will find it at street stalls across the island.
This is where things get serious, because this looks simple. A soft flatbread filled with yellow split peas, but then they add bean curry chutneys, sometimes pickles, and suddenly you are holding something that is far more complex than it looks.
The flavor balance is what makes it work. It is warm, slightly spicy, layered with different textures, and it is designed to be eaten on the go.
Joe approached it like a structured meal, very controlled, very careful. I went in with confidence and immediately underestimated the chutney. Let us just say it had more personality than expected.
It was a strong introduction.
It was a lesson.
Mauritius is not just one experience. It is movement, from coast to mountain, from calm to energy, from quiet moments to unexpected ones.
It is also a place that rewards curiosity. The more you explore, the more it gives back.
And that is what stays with you.
All right, let us see who has been paying attention.
The famous underwater waterfall illusion near Morne is caused by what natural phenomenon?
A submerged volcanic eruption. B, sand and silt being pulled into ocean currents. C, a hidden coral reef formation. D, a natural freshwater spring underwater.
Drop your answer in the comments, A, B, C, or D.
And tag someone who says they love the ocean, but has never questioned what is happening under it.
Join us on our journey for more places like this.
Stay curious. See you tomorrow.
We have a winner, and I am not being chill about it. Someone just took that leaderboard apart like it was light practice. Moves were intentional. Timing was locked. Confidence, unbothered. congrats to our champion. You absolutely showed out. Your notification is about to land quicker than a live patch update. Keep an eye on your comments. We'll grab your details and get that prize moving your way. Smooth process, zero chaos. Didn't see your name this round? Don't switch tabs on us. This isn't a one-off highlight. It's an ongoing storyline, and the next chapter is about to drop. Fresh reset, clean board, new energy, so power up those fingers, because the next spotlight, it might land right on you. No hesitation, no slow reactions, no watching from the sidelines. Stay bold, stay sharp, stay locked in. Let's see who takes it next.